and we will hit the start broadcast. And then you just start talking, okay?
All right, I can do that.
Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, really glad you made it. This is Rod Alley, as you know, and we're here to talk a little bit about a product from that Patrick and Gary had put together. It's called Perfect Content. You may have seen it before with other names on it, but Perfect Content is what it ended up with as a name, and it's quite aptly named. I see this as a real potential solution to help with the networking in the indexing area. I see this as a great way to get some interesting content for some videos. There's just in every aspect of marketing, you're going to need some content. And I've never seen a content creator I've seen lots of content creators. I've gone all the way back to some WordPress modules that we spent thousands of dollars for and brought back pretty much garbage content, a lot of gibberish. This will pretty much amaze you. It's light years ahead of what I always thought of as a content creator or article scraper or whatever else you want to, whatever other names you want to put to it. You're going to be amazed, and and if you stay to the end, you get offered a couple bonuses that no one else is able to offer. So I'll try to keep it short and sweet and not ramble on too much, and you'll have a nice bonus at the end that nobody else is able to get.
All right, thanks, Rod. This is Pat, everybody, and Rod, we just want to, thank you on behalf of myself and Gary for taking a look at this and seeing the potential, and really kind of understanding that of all of the various content creators that are out there. We did a webinar last week with Michael Bowes at Livestream Genius, and he's basically ran down the Article Forges, the Content Machine, and all of the other ones that seemingly are out there, and you spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and you get to the point where you just don't know what you're getting anymore. And so this is going to be a revelation to many people. It really is what we say it is, and just going to play this little video real quick to represent what we do. Can everybody see that okay? Well, what that represents is very simple. We look at a lot of content, and the tool goes and finds real content, not articles. It's real content, and from that real content, it does create an environment where it brings in readable real content that actually passes Copyscape 85% or better. We're going to show that to you in a minute, but Tim, if you're here and can unmute yourself, the reason that we are here today, Gary and I, is because Tim brought this to us, and we liked it so much that we actually bought the entire program, from the developer. And Nevin is a great programmer and very prolific in supporting, what we're building here. And he may be on later on as well to share some insights. But Tim, tell everybody what your thoughts were, why you thought it was something that we should, take a look at.
Well, first, I'd like to say that of everybody on here, I would probably make a nice wager that I own more content builders than anybody does.
I'm pretty sure you do.
I've got thousands of dollars invested in these things, and they just never live up to my expectations. I have a lot of flexibility in a lot of areas, but the one thing where I'm just have virtually no flexibility is in quality of content. Regardless, in my case, whether it's a mass page creation where the content's never going to be seen and just for the search engines, or what my mentality won't allow me to put garbage content out there. And I was doing this the manual way for many years and coming up with excellent content, but sometimes I spend 4 or 5, 6 hours because I guess I was just that particular about the quality of content. Finding this was just kind of a freak occurrence. I had been introduced to Nevin, the developer, a genius. He thinks outside the box like crazy. And I was talking to him about something totally different. And in the course of our conversation, I actually saw this in the background, and I had enough sense to ask, what is that? And he pulled it up, and I was just about out of words for what I saw, and it was nothing like it then when I saw it in the beginning. It was pretty raw in terms of being able to use it, but now it's been all prettied up and put out into a really nice interface. But I've just never seen anything like it in terms of the quality and the readability, which is really important for what I do. The readability is really important to me, but they just went to a whole new level out there. And I don't care who you compare it with, they're not going to meet the test. And you'll be the judge of that yourself when you see this, but just prepare to be kind of wowed. It's going to happen. You're going to see that here shortly.
All right. Thanks, Tim. Really appreciate that. And, Tim saw this and knew of an opportunity and thought that because of the way that he and Gary and I have relationships and deal with people that, it would be a great opportunity for us as the type of guys that we are to bring something very valuable to all of the various, places that we have some representation in with Cliff and Rod and, Tony and, just a number of places. So we're very happy and very pleased, and thanks to Tim a lot for that. Your Skype screen is showing. Okay, very good. Well, we don't want that to happen, do we? We've got to go back over here someplace. Where did it go? There we go. I'll get rid of it. Thanks, guys. So anyway, I'm going to bring on Rick right now. Rick is one of the guys that has been in our tester room, and he bought the program, and he's really taken it to another level. And I'm going to let him kind of go through and present the product and let you see how it works and some of the things that we can do with it. So Rick, you are on and your screen is showing, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Patrick. Can everybody hear me all right? Can you hear me?
Yep, give me a 1. Everybody looks like they can hear you. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Good.
All right, and everybody can see my screen. Yeah, I've been using the product for a couple weeks, and kind of like Tim, when I saw it demonstrated, it didn't take me long to decide it was something that I wanted to get. I've tried, I can't write my own content. I can barely speak decent English. I hire out writers. I've tried Fiverr overseas. Currently, I do have a writer where we're doing showcase articles for websites, and that was started prior to getting this product. But, those are $30, $40 a page. Yeah, so I just kind of took a hold of this and saw that it was a way to generate fantastic content at will, I've even tried the M-Turk, the Turkers over at Amazon and stuff, and that's pretty affordable, but I still can't generate it at will and get multiple articles and different kinds of media out of one piece of content. So that's what I've been doing with it, and I've got a lot of ideas about other, what I want to do with the product as time goes by. So I'll just show you, I've got it opened up on my computer here. This is a local desktop PC that I just remote into from my Mac. And what I'll do is I'll start off with I like to be specific about my problem solving. So, so I'll just start off with like asphalt roof repair. And a couple things right here is you can change the location of where the articles are going to be going. There's some options. You can use proxies. To my knowledge, it's not necessary to use proxies at all. There's some geo-targeting replacement tags that we can use. And then the negative keywords. This is something that's important for, let's say if I was doing more of a general search for like roof repair, well, I most definitely would not want roof repair for a car or something like that unless that was the industry I was going after. To me, one of the, I don't know, one of the best things that I did after purchasing this product was paying attention to the Spin Rewriter API and the APIs that are available here, because this really, I don't know, it's a one-stop shop. Once I've generated the content from the articles across the internet, the API, I can tell it to spin it, and SpinWriter will plug in synonyms and give me an article that's ready to spin. I don't even have to go outside of it and manually, add my own spin tags and stuff. So is everybody kind of with me so far?
Yep. One of the things that you might want to share that we found, Rick, is on that negative keyword. That was kind of interesting what happened when we did that, right?
Yeah. So one of the things that we found was I was searching for
carpet cleaning.
Carpet cleaning. And what was, card, that's right. So I was searching for carpet cleaning articles, and it stopped returning results. And in my negative keywords, I had the word car. And we went round and round for a while, and then finally we looked at my negative keywords, and it was actually doing what it was supposed to do based on the word car, and it wasn't returning carpet cleaning articles. So they are working on making it not quite so sensitive. But yeah, that was something interesting that, it works like a charm, that's for sure. Oh, and that's already solved, evidently. So that's good to know. I never backtracked. I never went back to plugging it in. So.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I thought I'd just start off with something. I like to get specific, asphalt roof repair, and I'll just hit start, and we'll see what it does. And right now it's there we go. Right now it's out searching. It's collecting keywords first, and then what it's going to do is it's going to present me with a selection of keywords that I can then build articles from. And Patrick, if I can ask, how's it determine what keywords it's bringing back to me? Is it based on search volume?
No, it's based on your initial keyword that you put in the search for, and going out and looking for the most relevant content for that keyword.
Okay. And this is perfect because it gives me a selection of things. Like, for instance, if I'm working for a roofing company locally, I'm not going to want to really do any optimization for asphalt roof repair kit. I don't want the DIYers. I want those people that are, in a tight spot and ready to hire somebody to get the job done right. So personally, I would go right here at contractors. cost, that would be something that I would keep in there because they're probably wanting an estimate. Products, that's again probably a DIYer. Specification, and I'm fine with just these two because I like to get dialed in. So once I've selected the keywords, now I can build out articles based on these.
Exactly.
So I hit OK, and now it's doing the next step. So the first stage was the keywords, success, and now it's going out, and you'll kind of see, you'll see these URLs kind of pop up here as it's scanning and checking out the quality of content out there for those keywords. So like I said, I'm expecting the results to be pretty tight, so I'm not going to have, 100 articles to choose from, but, I probably should have at least 2 to 5 or so custom ready articles to post on a website. Okay, so see, it found 1 article, but that's because I'm being very specific. Yep.
Now, if you want, the more articles that you want, the more generic you want to get in your keyword. Okay.
Yes.
So the longer the tail, the less you get, but the more
Yep.
detailed it is.
And I'll do that at the end too before I move on. I'll show everybody like more of a general keyword too to show the volume that this will get.
Okay, great.
So I select it and hit add, and now I can double click over here, and this populates it with an article that's written for me and ready to. Now what's interesting here is usually there's photos. So I'm not sure why no photos came across in this, but usually there are photos and sometimes embedded YouTube videos as well that are all ready to go. Now, Patrick, does this indicate that there were no photos on the source articles?
Probably.
Okay. Okay. So from this, you have a complete editor. So here we're in text mode for editing. And I can also go into the HTML code.
So as a point of question, if this was the article that you wanted to use and in the HTML code right here, you can go get your own image and you can go get your own video that relates to what you've created specifically for your client, your customer, your site, and drill down into your own data from those specific entries into the code here.
Exactly. Typically, I would swap out the provided images anyways, just because we don't want to be using somebody else's copyrighted material image-wise and stuff. Now, YouTube video, you can embed any YouTube video into these. Patrick was, I was just grabbing a non-competitor, across the country or like a Bob Villa, This Old House kind of video to embed as a professional source. But of course, you could embed your own video that you've created prior to this or whatever. So, for instance, right here, we have a WYSIWYG editor right here, so we can go ahead and just click on image, and I could provide an image URL. Where I would go to get images is just go to Flickr. And then at the end of the article, you can give attribution to images that are allowed for commercial use or mods. So for roofing, I could find a image here. Actually, just out of fun, here's the URL here for this particular image. And what we should see happen, there's the image URL. Don't set any of that. And let's see what happens. Okay, so it doesn't maybe like the short.
Probably needs a full complete URL.
Isn't that it? It's shortened.
Shortened. And Nevin is also here, so at any point in time that Nevin wants to pop in, and that looks like the URL.
Yeah, the first one was a shortened one. Good Lord. No. There we are. actually.
So now,
It's just embedded.
if you're there and want to pop in and share, the attributes of adding these.
There it is.
Right there.
There it is. So it didn't like the shortened URL. So there you go. Now I've got commercially available images into this article. So notice that we also made a change to the article. So we just need to make sure down here that we click on Update Article, and the article is saved.
So Rick,
Now from this point,
do me a favor, go on up to the first sentence in the first paragraph and just kind of, or the second one, whichever one is easier to read, maybe underneath that image a little bit, and just read it and see how beautiful it is.
oh, the content?
Yeah.
Yeah. So reading this is Wayne is prompt, courteous, and works very hard to do a proper job. His rates are reasonable, and he looks out for cost saving without sacrificing quality of the project. Definitely hire him for more projects. Now what this is this is probably a review that was found on a page, but what we can do is, instead of Wayne, we can use our client's name. So it could be Super Roofers, our prompt.
Mm-hmm.
Courteous and work very hard to do a proper job. Their rates are reasonable, and they look out for cost saving without sacrificing the project. Definitely hiring them for more projects. Done. So many times if I'm doing for local content, we do want to look and make sure that there's not locations listed in here that aren't what I'm looking for. It could be Miami or something, and if I'm trying to do something for a Seattle business, I would swap that out. And then, obviously we're dialing into our local market a lot better and stuff. So, but yeah, all this can be edited right here in the text. And also the other thing that's great is that there's already tags, H4 tags. I would add maybe an H1 tag. Things like that. You can probably create links to do some deep linking. So right here I can add a link to an already published article on the website to do some deep linking. And again, I would update the article to make sure that those changes are saved. One other thing I could do is I'll just demonstrate we can embed a YouTube video. And I always like to spread out content between things, so not everything is all right there. Update the article. And right here, this indicates, this could be because I'm remoting in, or it could be something else blocking it. But right there is the code for the YouTube video. And rest assured, if you plug in this HTML into a WordPress site, that's properly formatted so that it'll embed properly into an HTML page. Now from this point, I'm either, this is 88% there, unique content. So, I'm sorry?
You have to make sure. I mean, we all know that, right out of the gate, we're saying that you don't have to make any modifications unless you want to personalize it, that it's at least 85% or better for Copyscape. So what did this look like? Did you check that?
I have not. I checked one earlier.
Okay.
This is for asphalt roof installation costs that I ran. There were some items that it caught, but basically they're very general terms used in any kind of roofing article. And if you do a compare text, this is at Copyscape. Oop, sorry. Well, I'll do this one. Can I show my previous searches?
Yep.
Where's it at?
Oh, in there?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been in there in a long time.
Huh. I guess I can run the new one. Shall we?
Sure.
All right.
Probably come back at 80% copied.
All right, so this is the new article we just wrote.
This is on the fly,
Might be a,
so whatever it is. 8 results.
yeah, but this is probably, again, it looks like it's probably pretty general.
And so let's go down and see what the stats are.
Click on compare text.
Mm-hmm.
So this is at 80%.
Okay, so that part is, and what's the rest of it?
Oh, this is only 8%. So what's that mean? That is 92% original?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Okay. See, and this stuff is pretty general terms that you'd find in just about any kind of article talking about roofing damage or anything like that. So
Very easy to fix.
Right. And actually with spinning too, it's going to go to like 99%. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. So out of the gate, we're just about there to 100% original content. Coming back to the program, I showed originally getting Spin Rewriter API involved, and I'm going to go ahead and update the article one more time. And then let's say if I didn't have time to spin it right now, or I wanted to move on to just generate some more content, I could save these out and come back to them and spin them later on. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a second to asphalt roof repair. And this little file right here will contain my articles here. So and I can open that later on. So, but for now, let's go ahead and we'll just, we'll go to finish. So I've got my article selected. I've plugged in my photo. I've made some changes up here. Let's go ahead and click on, finish. And it says, hey, do you want to spin one article? And if I had multiple articles in there, it would say, do you want to spin 5 articles or however many? So right now it's actually using the API to go out to Spin Rewriter, and rather than me having to go over there and copy and paste it in or whatever, it's going out and it's getting the synonyms for me. And the really cool thing is that when we see the results, it's going to put spin tags for the words, and sometimes I'll see spin tags for sentences. In one of the ones I did earlier today, it definitely had spin tags at this, it looked like at the sentence level. Is that correct, Patrick?
It depends on how the API is set. Nevin could probably answer that a little better than I, but here's the one thing that we are doing. Because this is a preset, we're in the news upgrade that we're doing, we are allowing you to set the level that you want within the Spin Rewriter API database. So you're going to be able to check off the boxes how you want your article done.
Nice. Here it is right here. Here's sentence level. So it's doing word level spin tags here. And then that other bracket over there means that it's going to, after it's done that with the words, it's going to go and spin the sentence somewhere. So we click on.
Okay.
See, like right here, okay, so if I just go to, there is no other save, so export. And what I'll do is I'll just call it, I'll create a new folder and just call it spin.
Hey, Rick, while you're doing that, Kim Smith, who is a friend of ours and works with Rod, and a lot of people here know. She just popped on and asked if she could say something. So let's see what Kim's got to say. You're live, Kim. Now you are live.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was just wanting to say that I did several articles using this, and I was very impressed, and it saved a lot of time. And what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to use them for my Google Calendar, and then I'm going to put a link to my sitemap in there to help it index. And I'm also going to use the HTML format that this puts out, and I'm going to use that in the G-Cloud since it's already in HTML format. And I'm going to put my sitemap links in there. And so that will help my network get indexed.
Yep.
And it'll also help your YouTubes get indexed and all of your other properties, whether it be your website or your G sites or, any of the other, properties that we use within the factory to do that. Or many people here aren't in the factory, so they don't know what you're talking about, but it really doesn't make any difference. Your concept and what you're saying and what you're going to be doing, is still relevant. And the key thing is, how simple was it to use?
Oh, push buttons.
A little bit more than that. Come on. It's not quite that. Not quite that easy, but it from the relationship of everything else that's out there, this is the pinnacle of simplicity of getting quality content for whatever it is that you need to use it for, in my opinion. So.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, just put in a keyword and, push a few buttons, and then you have to check the articles out, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks, Kim. Yeah, so here it's got all the Spintax in it. I've highlighted it, select all, and I could either plug it into a Spin Rewriter, or I've actually got what is this, Magic Article Rewriter right here, and I'm pretty sure if I just copy and paste that, it's going to pick up all of the Spintax, and then I believe Spin Article. Oop, sorry, not that one. There it is. So it just spun it. And it looks like, yeah, it left alone all this other stuff. But yeah, so there's my spun article now.
Hey, one of the guys, Bruce, is asking, after you spin the article, what does copy say now? I know you just have the spin, but can you create the article from the spin real quick and pop it in Copyscape and see what it says now? And Bruce wants.
Yeah, this is the spin. Yeah, this is the first spin one.
Okay.
Not with the Spintax, right? But a spun article.
A spun article. Just go into the file, show people where to get it, and then pull it out from there.
So this is the spun article. Will Copyscape take out the HTML? Probably.
Don't know. I never use Copyscape. Don't have to.
Yeah, that's okay, so the previous one was quite a few more than, I think it was 8 results or more.
Right.
Oh, look, it's all Flickr stuff. So, except for that. So 91% there.
Okay. See the other one?
So yeah, the rest of it is all that.
Just the Flickr. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bruce, is that okay? Does that answer your question, my friend? Yep. He says, sweet result. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, and so so I just respun it again, and now I've got asphalt roofing system repair work cost. Now what I plan on doing with this is, first off, now that I've got it spinning at all those levels, I can make multiple pieces of content for asphalt roof repair, roofing system, asphalt repair work, repair service, cost, expense, price. You could even expand on those manually and stuff. But so now I can target, asphalt roof repair, asphalt roofing system repair, asphalt repair work, so now I can create articles of, unique content at will, targeting specific keywords. And what really clicked in my mind with this product was, now I've got basically scripts. Now I have a script for a video. So obviously we don't want to make a video out of a 2,000 word article.
No, but we have a solution for that. One of our friends, Michael at Livestream Genius, has a new tool that everybody is welcome to it. We're going to share it with them, but it is Spintax Genius. I'll give that to you later. But what it does is it takes that complete article, even with the spin text in it, okay, and it puts it into the box, and you tell the software how many characters that you want that to be. So we know that the description is 5,000 characters, so you create a 4,800 character limit for that, and it will spin them all and create multiple descriptions for your YouTube video description. You can say that you only want it to be 100 characters and put all your titles in there, and it'll spin all your titles so that it'll meet the 100 character limit for your titles. So it's a really, really cool little tool that's created. It's free. There's no cost to it. We'll give that link to you at the end. But, how easy would it be to just, create your Spin Blaster Pro or your VSA or whatever? You've already got everything done for you by utilizing the article, knowing that the content is going to be really, really good. And at the bottom of the content, the top of the content, you can put your NAP, and other links at the bottom, and that other 200, 300, 400 characters that you would like. So it is awesome.
That sounds fantastic. Yeah, yet another tool that's going to help streamline it. Because, from this point, I can publish one of these articles a day in the written format. I've got a video that I can make each day for that written format, even like a chunk right here. A selection, this can be about roof materials.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a brief little slideshow video with some music, pointing a link back to the page, and you're in business. That's what I kind of saw, was articles, videos, and then is there anything else that I need to show?
Yeah, one of the things that you mentioned earlier, and Tracy's here and she wants to pop in real quick, but you wanted to show how you're using it for Google Sites. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, since we're the article, since we're at 88, 90% unique content, to me that's ready to plug into a Google site. No spinning required. Google's not going to penalize itself, right? So what I do is I take this content, put it in, create just a single site.
That one that you've created, you could show us? It's okay. We won't copy you.
Actually, you know what? I tell you what. Yeah, hold on a second here.
Let's have Tracy come in, and while she's coming in, why don't you go create one real quick? Show how easy it is.
I don't know if we've. Well, it's 140.
Okay.
That's fine. Actually, I've got a video that's ranking. So, yeah. So here's a video, and then here's the site. Here's the site that video links to. So here's a Google site. for ChemDry in Everett, Washington. So that would be, people in this area looking for ChemDry services. Tap the call button, little banner. I've got a video embedded here, got a map down at the bottom for the community. But yeah, this is content that I used the product for, and I just searched for, ChemDry, probably carpet cleaning or something like that, and this is one of the articles. Pardon?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then I just created a video that points to it. And actually, this description is just basically a little bit of it's just a paragraph out of this article. So I'm not worried about duplicate content or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see the opportunity is, I mean, think about your local carpet cleaning guy. He might rank for one or two keywords. The rest of them, he's going to be further down the page, if at all. And I could create what, I don't know, 20 or more highly targeted local pages in a day, videos.
Yeah, easy. Mm-hmm.
Send a little bit of juice their way if they need to come up. But out of the gate, you should be able to stomp on just about anybody. So that's what I see is like, being able to use this content in multiple ways, but, not only for maybe a money site, but also for a quick Google site,
Mm-hmm.
and then Google Docs, and stuff like that. But that's a whole nother webinar.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get into that later. So Tracy, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Everybody, this is Tracy Middleton. She is a friend of ours. That doesn't mean that she likes everything that we do, because there's some things that she doesn't like. I can attest to that. But she's another breaker. She likes to break things. And so Tracy, what is your opinion of what you've done so far?
Okay, so first off, I am not a very patient person, especially when it comes to software and, after you purchase something and they've promised you the world. So it pretty much needs to work out of the box, or at least someone get back to me and tell me what's going on. So I took it and I put in a really kind of strange keyword and not expecting anything. I came back with like 300 articles. And I was pretty shocked, and it was just a technology term, and that's why I put it in there, because I was kind of testing it to see what I would get. And the thing that I really like about it, there's a couple things that I really like about it, and one is that you do get how it sorts it for you for pages, sentences, and text. After you've got the articles, and then it goes back, so you can just go and go into your pages. And I really love the fact that it does the HTML. I mean, I am not an HTML person. I'm trying to learn it a little bit, but I am using these HTML articles for a local client, and it has completely made my life easier. I did take out some of the videos, and I did replace them with her videos, but I think you guys are addressing that.
Mm-hmm.
You can pull in your own videos. I think that's what I read. And I'll be using these HTML pages for some other SEO projects, but it's just nice that I can go in. I don't have my screen up there, but I like the fact that I can go in and I can grab sentences, I can grab little articles, I can shoot some text out to some of my IFTTT. Sorry, I'm looking while I'm talking, but yeah, there's just a lot I can do with it, and I had articles that there's no shortage of articles. I think I actually asked you guys if I could deselect some of the articles because I was getting so many. But yeah, it was really. It's just really easy. It works. It does what it says it's going to do, and it's extremely useful. The articles are relevant, and it's simple. That's what I like. I'm using it more and more, and the more I use it, the more I really, really like it.
All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you very much, Tracy. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So what did you do over there, Mr. Rick?
I plugged in roofing just to show the amount of content that you can scrape, if you will. And what would you like to write about when it comes to roofing?
Wow.
I don't even know how many that is. What do I got? Probably at least 20 in a window as I scroll down. So, yeah, safety when roofing. When was roofing felt introduced? So in all of this, you're going to find buying keywords, basically. You know.
And you'll be able to create articles and, massive amounts of them for your I mean, the supply is endless with this. The way that Kevin has really, created this. There is a little bit of a pain in the butt right here, which means you've got to go and click every single one of those tick boxes off if you don't want articles, and I would suggest that's what you do. However, in the new version, there's going to be a delete all or clear all button, so that you can just kind of go down and pick the ones that you want, because you certainly don't want 100, 200 of these keywords in there, because it will just run you to death, and it'll overwhelm you. So, less is more, in my opinion.
That's all I wanted to show too, was that the capabilities of everything that you can. Yeah, this is crazy.
I mean, you want to write articles about roofing with tar, you obviously there's just so much in here that's ridiculous. And the point is that, once again, guys, we're not scraping other articles and trying to figure out what they have to say. We're getting our data directly from Google, which has already been approved, by them on sites and so forth. So it's not article scraping at all. If you think that's what we're doing like everybody else does, that's what makes us different and unique from everybody. The second thing that makes us unique is the HTML. The third thing that makes us unique is being able to bring in the images and the videos. Now, let me just share with you verbally what the new updates are, and a couple of these, were developed. Rick had a couple suggestions, and other people. And what we do is we have a suggestion Google document, and when people don't like something, they tell us what they don't like. And one of the things about Gary and myself and Nevin and my other programmers is we listen to what you say and we fix it. So here are 4 of the things that are coming out with the new version that you're automatically upgraded to, and that is the delete button here, which Kim and Tracy kind of really bent my ear on, like, man, this is a pain in the ass. Well, we're fixing it. The second thing is there's going to be a box input field where you're going to be able to input your URLs to your images, so that you will be able to pull in your specific image for that specific keyword, so that if you're smart and you know what your keywords are going to be and your HTML pages are going to be based on your keywords, you'll create images that are titled the same way and have the same metadata in the description. Now, what about if you took one of these spun articles and in the description of the image, you added that spun article in the metadata of the image, so Google knows what that image is about. That image happens to be on the page that's perfectly relevant to the content of the page. How awesome would that be? I've got a tool I'm going to give everybody at the end for staying that will do all that for you in a very, very simple fashion. It's my image duplicator, and it does all the metadata for you. The second aspect of this is, as Rick was sharing, you can make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, videos across different channels and cross-linking them, for various Google juice. And as long as your keyword in your title of your video is the same as the keyword of your HTML page, which is the same as the keyword of your image that we've created, and now you bring that video into this page, now what do you have? You have a very, highly optimized page with content, with a high optimization of an image that supports the content, with a video with spun, a spun article that's relevant to the article that you have. So can anybody give me a 1 if they think that has any value to the ranking, or 2 if I'm just full of crap? I haven't seen anybody I'm going to delete yet. Right. So the better we can make this. Oh, you're full of content. There you go, Scott. Thanks, bud. So that brings into relevancy. Now, the fourth thing that we're going to add really was kind of my creation from another product that I have called the Wonder Silo Maps Page Builder. But what I've done is incorporated this thought process that in anything that we do Google SEO and Google search wise, Google says that we should be anchoring ourselves to other authoritative external pages. Does anybody disagree with that theory? Give me a 2 if you disagree, nothing if I'm fine. So what we've done is we're going to create a box that you're going to be able to put your anchor text keywords and then your URLs that you want to link out to. And then we're going to be able to create those anchor text URLs that you're going to be able to disperse throughout your HTML pages or your actual content pages, so that those will link out, and they could link out to your own videos. They could link out to your own Google sites. They could link out to, WebMD or PetSmart or whatever you want, to bring in that neighborhood environment. As Scott's kind of saying there, we want to show Google that we have the ability to know that there are other places that we have a better authority and bring that content into us. So, really when you take a look at the concept of what we're building here, and we've got, a number of other improvements that we're working on, but how many think that those 4 improvements right there will just take this content to the next stratosphere? That would be, ones and great stuff and smiley faces and awesome dude and, can't wait to buy and all that great stuff, right? So the only thing I'm going to see is if Nevin is here and if he can unmute himself and come in. And if anybody has any questions technically, from that perspective, I don't know if Nevin is here still. He's in Bosnia. So it shows that he's here. So, Nevin, let's give Rick a big thank you for, kind of taking the drum and pounding on it here for Rod and showing us some of the things that he can do. But one of the things, Nevin, that you might be able to do for me if I make you the presenter is, can you kind of share, some of the pages that you've built with the content from HTML and how they show up in Google search? That would be pretty cool. Are you there, Nevin?
I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hope you can hear me well.
Bosnia, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you for that. And thank you for everybody who take the participation in this. And sorry about my English. I hope you can track me and everything I'm going to share with you. And I think that we have covered here how to get the single article for the single campaign, and we cover like how to use this in the WordPress, your money site, your PBN, your I don't know, Google sites or YouTube descriptions. But this is something you can use in any kind of mass tool for backlinks. And I personally using this in the two tools for the backlinks, and then the SEO Autopilot and the Money Robot. And my beta testers in the very beginning of this try the software using that. I advise them to use this as a content for the Money Robot campaigns. And what we have seen after using this is much better rankings. A couple of the keywords, long tail keywords on those Money Robot sites are ranking on #1. A page with, I don't know, any kind of other content on any kind of other work, not money sites, those back sites ranking on the first page. And index rate is becoming much, much better. And I don't know, Patrick, what exactly you want me to show? Do you want me to show my site?
Yeah, just show a couple of the pages that you showed the other night with Michael. You're the presenter, so you should be able to share your screen. You go to your screen.
Okay, I will do that in just a second. And you will see if you can see my...
Yep, got your screen. So what I wanted everybody to see here, is how these pages are actually showing up and indexing, within Google. And you know, how you shared that the other night, I thought, you know, that was pretty impressive. It's just
I
another
will
benefit.
first show you this WordPress site's made by SEO Pilot, so it's a totally automated site, and I have Pentax, and you can see it has indexed about 97 results till now, and all that content is from the perfect content. So when we open that, we are going to see the content from the perfect content and how it looks like in the mass page campaign. Mass page, I think, SEO Autopilot. So I don't know, did you ever saw this long article used just for the backlink?
Pretty impressive.
And it's totally related to that, what I'm building this network for. And I'm not using just this as a backlinks, you will see, and that I'm using this for the, I don't know how many, but for the backlinks in the SEO Auto and the Money Robot, for the mass page site, let's check again another article so you can see everything. So this is the another article. So it's very, very long article related to the game sheets that this network is used for. But let me show you another WordPress. This is mass page sites for the locals. This is content made by the perfect content, and I have tried to hit the need emergency dentist. And as you can see, this is nothing special. It doesn't have any kind of on it. It's just a basic WordPress theme with no any fancy work on it, and we can see how the articles are looking on the mass page.
So one question is it producing any results or income for you?
Oh yeah, I'm getting the calls for that network every day with just a little bit work, installing the WordPress, installing the mass page plugin, and putting the perfect content inside of it, and combined with the shortcodes index in incoming, like if you hit the right niche, no matter are you doing some kind of the client's work or you are pay-per-call offers like most of us. And you see, I have this sites related to that. Emergency Dentist USA Live. It's on same hosting. It's installed in the same directory, so you can, Google doesn't have any kind of the troubles indexing that. Maybe, or just like I don't know, indexing this content, because this content is 100% for the Google, and it's ranking very nicely. Like you see, if I earn this in Bulls, Illinois, I can see it on the position number 3 with just that little bit of work, nothing more. You can try without state, just city. I don't know, I'll try this, and we can see without state is number 2. And we can try another results. You can prove it because I show you my site just. And here we see on the function Urgent Dentist in Russo, the way how we read this word. So 4 position word. And after this, I'm going to direct this traffic to the normal landing page with the huge numbers. And that's how I'm doing this, basically, for the pay-per-call. And so this has ways or levels to use this, like for the backlinks with the automated SEO tools, whatever you use, you can use the Spintax inside of it. For the mass page producers, doesn't matter are they HTML or they are WordPress plugins, everything understands Spintax, can use those mass page created articles. And for your money sites, for the Google properties, for the, I don't know, wherever you need content, it's most easier way to get content. This is designed by my needs and needs before, so I have understand that the lot of things related to the Google rankings are basically related to the content, and that's something that we all know. So if any other questions here, I can just, like, I don't know, try to or answer them.
Let me see. No, I mean, not too many people are asking questions right now. So one of the
Okay,
things
I see, Patrick, that Rod is also willing to share his opinion.
yeah, but one of the questions that I have for you is, can you explain how everybody's going to be able to create their own risk level in Spin Rewriter? What are we going to do with their API?
All those add options you have in the screen will have that like check box inside of the software. So whatever is there in the Spin Writer will be in the software like checkbox, where you just fill in like you fill in inside of the Spin Writer.
Right. So in most cases, when anybody creates an API to Spin Rewriter, they set defaults. And one of the things Mr. Parker had requested was he has a recipe that he's created within his Spin Rewriter account, which he will be willing to share, but he gets 97 to 99% readable uniqueness based on his recipe with Spin Rewriter. So he asked us if we would, create it so that you can create your own level and create the tick boxes that you want, whether it's spin on the sentence, spin on the paragraph level, and so forth. So, that's going to be, I'm not sure, is that going to be ready in the new version, or is that a little bit afterwards?
This is something that we are going to release certainly in the next 7 days.
Next 7 days?
Up to the 10 up with the testings. With the testings, maybe 10 days with the testings, yeah.
Okay.
Because before we give that to everyone, we make everything, we are making sure that everything is working on every single level. We don't want to make troubles for the people who are already using the things that are working and that are already checked.
Gotcha. Okay. So middle of July maybe is pretty much where we're talking?
Yeah, middle of July for sure. We are going to have that ready to use for everyone.
All righty. Sounds great.
And not just that, and more couple great updates. We have that in the document lists and more things that we are going to improve this, like by the people who are like asking for the things they want to be implemented in the software or change they want to be made, or user interface that needs to be better, or in some ways like more close to the user. And also like the things is there that I have like 3 developers working on the project, so they are not like some kind of the developers working for me just for one project and then have to find a new developer. They are like working non-stop for me already like 2 years now, and that's their code, and they know their code, they know their software, so everything is working like that.
Well, one of the things, Devin, that I thought was interesting, and I think it's important, for people that are going to spend their money, they never get an opportunity to speak with the developer. Most of us that are selling are afraid to share and expose our developers for fear that, they're going to pound down your door to create something, which, I don't really buy into that. I think we're very exposed and we need to share, who's doing what and where the expertise lies, because if anybody out there is going to rely on my expertise to do this, don't spend a dime. I'm telling you, because I'm about as dumb as a rock. But the one thing I thought was quite interesting is, Nevin, where did you meet your coders?
Well, in the couple of years back, maybe 5 to 6 years back, I'm working in the high school for the programming and for the computers. And there I met, they were my students before, and they are all talented students that have winning on the national levels on the competition in the programming, and also they are winner of the Balkan or European competitions. They are very talented programmers. So that's the way how we met and start working together.
So you know these guys, they know you, so there's a relationship built of camaraderie, of trust. So it's not just some people that you found, that are on the street, different programmers. You guys have a real deep relationship of commitment to one another. Is that correct?
Yes. The first thing, I met them as a professional levels of teachers, students. After that, we become partners and friends. So we are together and thinking together, working together on everything. And I trust them. I don't have any kind of the issues showing you my programmer, giving them their contact or anything like that, because I trust them on every single part.
Exactly. The reason I wanted to bring that up to everybody is just to let you all know that, this is not a cash and dash. This is a quality product that I think is going to be the premier pinnacle of everybody's going to be trying to beat us. We've obviously beat everybody else. So you needed to know the commitment level of the people that are developing it so that you can spend your money wisely, knowing that when you do spend $1 with anything that we do, there is that level of commitment to you, because we respect you, above all else, that you're trusting us to give you a quality product. And, I wanted you to hear the story of the developer who's making this, the coders that are coding it. And, you can have that level of confidence of knowing that, this is going to be around for a long time. So, after hearing what Nevin had to say about, the relationship that he has with the coders, everybody, kind of give me a 1 if you think that, you're confident that this is going to be around for a while and that we're going to deliver what we say we're going to deliver. That's awesome. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to Gary and myself, tremendously. So at this juncture, I'm going to go ahead and see if there's any last questions for Nevin. And it's kind of late for him in Bosnia right now. So if we don't have any other questions for him at this point, I'll let him go, and we'll finish up here in just a moment. Any last questions? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you, Nevin. I really appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you, everyone, for participating. Thank you, Patrick, and everyone who take the And I'm very impressed when I see that people enjoy using this software. That's something that gives more pleasure than everything else. When people enjoy.
All right, bud. We enjoy it a lot. No question. You've heard what people have to say, so we're very impressed with it. So, all right, we'll talk to you later, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So here's the link to purchase. I'll bring up the page here. One of the things is it's in the chat box as well as it's right here. I don't know. You can't see my screen, can you? No, I haven't shared it. Let's see here. Share my screen. Share my, make me presenter. Okay. Show my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen with the link on it? Okay, great. So that's the link. Now what I'm going to do here is fumble around for a second and take you to the awesome page that that Rod built. Rod, are you there? Hello. Rod, are you there? Your microphone is now on.
Yeah, now I'm here. Can everybody hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to unmute me. I answered a couple times. Yeah, the cart that I've got obviously is very plain. I mean, the sheet that I've got just basically gives you three options. The monthly, I believe it's $5.97.
No, the lifetime.
I'm sorry, not the lifetime is $5.97. The monthly is $197 plus $29 a month, is it? Yep. And the 3-pay is for the lifetime version. And I've got some bonuses that nobody else is able to give. If you buy the lifetime package, you get 2 licenses, whereas most people, everybody else that you would buy this from, you would have to pay for a second license. So you're going to get 2 licenses for the price of 1.
Now let me explain why that's important. The reason that that's important is because the way that the licensing is designed right now, it is designed to your IP. So one of the issues is that if you have a laptop and you have a desktop and you want to use this while you're at Starbucks or you're at different places that you're traveling and you need another license. If you have 2 licenses and you're traveling and you need another one, I'll temporarily create another one for you while you're traveling so that you always have the ability to have 2 licenses. As we have found out, especially with some of the beta testers, like you'll get an IP lock if you put it on your laptop and put it on your desktop. So that's one of the reasons why we want to bless Rod and the webinar, you guys on the webinar today with that. So we will continue to honor that as long as the replay continues, which will probably be 4 or 5 days from now, something like that. Yeah. The other bonus package that I'm going to give is everybody, in the members area that I will create is going to get my niche duplicator basic version so that it will give you the opportunity to completely over metadata your images from a basic perspective. And I'll send that out to everybody within the next couple of days.
You said niche duplicator. Did you mean image duplicator? Yes, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I got a lot of duplicators.
In addition to that, Gary told me that I could give, if you buy the monthly package, we'll allow you to buy Gary's course of Ultimate Video Ranking, where he shows all the strategies of how to use the various Google properties together. And it can get as simple or as complex as you want. And the more complex you get, the more you tie different Google properties together. He has ways in there of embedding little pin dots worth of content, but that's readable by Google, into calendars, he's got some amazing tricks and techniques up his sleeve. And if you buy the monthly course, if you buy the monthly here, you can get that course for half off. If you buy the lifetime, we'll give you that course for free.
Wow.
If you don't have it already.
Okay.
And then you also get the Spintax Genius, which we talked about as a bonus for signing up. And I believe that's all the bonuses.
Yeah, unless I feel froggy and want to leap into something else and just just give somebody something else late, as we develop and sign people up. So As it stands right now, how many people are going to be in and take advantage of this great offer that Rod's brought to you guys today? Give me a 1 if you're in. Okay. Already bought. Okay. Now we are going to limit this to about 100 sales. We don't want to grow too big too fast. So, once we kind of get to 100, we will probably close it down. And then there'll be another webinar by somebody else, but more than likely the prices will go up a little bit on that. So really appreciate, all of the attention here. And if you have any other questions, please ask us now. Let's see here. Tim Cook. I use a VPN and change my connection regularly from home. Is this only going to work on one IP when I change my VPN? Well, if you get the lifetime, you'll have 2. But as you change your VPN, you'll just need to contact me so I can give you another license, Tim. We don't want you to not be without one. We understand that that happens. But understand that I can't, I can't give unlimited IPs because then the black hat world will crush us. So that's one of the reasons why the new licensing is going to be created pretty soon. And we're going to try to license it to your actual computer so that if it's a VPN and it changes the IP, it won't make any difference. If it's your desktop or your laptop and you change your IP, it won't make any difference as well. But for right now, that's how we have it. But you'll never be without a license once you buy this. You have to let me know in advance, if I have to issue a new license. Is that okay? Will I include the Spin Rewriter API? Yes, that is being included, as we speak. We are setting that up right now. And as Nevin said, you will have complete control over that, Drew, so that you can create whatever you want in terms of risk tolerance. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, that is until the new license code. Yes, Tim, it is until the new licensing code comes out. And we're actually hoping that's going to be within the next 2 weeks. We're not totally sure, but it's a pretty complex situation, but I'm told that it will be hopefully within the next couple weeks. Okay? So from what you guys seen and what problems and issues that you have in this arena, is there anything that you did not see that you would want within a program such as this? Anybody have any ideas of things that you would want to add that would make this even better than it already is? Because I'd be happy to listen to anything and talk to the coders and see foreign language support. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. You can put foreign language keywords in there, and you may get some documents. You may not. That's one of the things that we are looking into. Especially from the perspective of Nevin living in that part of the world, and there are different dialects and languages. So it is on the drawing board, Gary, but we just don't know what that's going to look like and when we're going to have that available. But the basic consensus is, do it in English and then, put it in a translator and translate it and use that as, spin it up first and then, do that in a foreign language and use that as the content. So that's what some people are doing right now to sustain that particular question. Okay?
Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
It's Tim. I think I would probably want to make a minor point of clarification here so that no one is confused about this.
Sure.
There will be the ability to use the Spin Rewriter API and the new custom when they're working on, which will be ready sometime around the middle of the month. But each person has to have their own Spin Rewriter account. Exactly. This is not a mass Spin Rewriter account. You have to get your own.
Exactly. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. That's one of those things that I assume that I shouldn't. That's perfect. Appreciate it. And because of that, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but do we not have a daily limit of 300 spins a day, something like that?
The data limit is still part of the API,
Right?
but if anybody needs more than 300 done a day, they need to get a second account.
Yeah, right. I gotcha. So, and it's not that expensive. Okay, so I appreciate that. Is there any further questions or anything else that besides the foreign language that you guys would like to see in the next version or the version after the next version? Other than that, I will bid everybody adieu. As you notice on the page here, I have to manually create all of these licenses and manually create your membership into the membership site. So I'm just asking that you give me the opportunity to have 24 hours to accomplish that, for you guys before you start hammering on the my door to get it done. The Skype chat room is in the page here. So if you're buying any of the options, just go ahead and join the Skype chat room right now, and you'll be honored and welcomed with open arms. And that's pretty much everything that I've got to say. Gary, do you have anything that you'd like to finally say at the end here?
I do have one thing. I'd like to tell Michael Bose's story real quick. I hope my volume isn't too high here.
That's good.
Michael spent with a mass page producer months and months and months creating almost 1 million pages, and it probably took him almost 4 months. And he was using one of the major article creators out there. Patrick knows this story pretty well too, because Michael was telling us. It took him about 2 weeks to have every bit of it de-indexed.
Yeah, he had, like, what, 1 million of them or something like that? Hundreds of thousands?
Pretty close to 1 million.
Yeah. Okay, and that's...
that was like 4 months of work down the drain.
And it was mostly because of crappy content, is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what it was.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, thanks, Gary, for that that bonus. I didn't even know you were going to do that. That's awesome, bud. Thanks.
No problem at all. Guys, if anybody doesn't have that course, the value of that, roughly with the OTO is right a little bit over $100. So
right,
it's a nice little bonus.
Right. Okay. Give you 5 seconds to ask the next question, and if we don't have any other questions, we're just going to thank everybody for being with us today. And we hope each and every one of you, pick up the software. It will save you tons of time. It will create good content for whatever it is that you're building, because we all know the cornerstone of everything that we do and everything that we build is based on content. And if you're like me, I'm not a good content writer. I like to get my ideas from other people, and then I can tweak them and fix them the way that I want so that it's relevant to me. But I need a quality source of content, before I start any particular project. And thanks to Nevin and giving us the opportunity to own the software, we're greatly blessed, and we thank you all for being with us, and looking forward, to answering any of your questions and helping you with, getting on with the game of not having to pay copywriters and, deal with crappy content. So from me, I say thank you. Rod says thanks, and Gary signed off. So, we all say thank you, and, I will have a replay done, so it will be available for the next 4 days, I believe. All right. Thanks, everybody.